I'm an internet god. My name is Joe Cronin.
We're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
Hello everybody there. Right there on the Joe Cronin Show. The hardcore legend Mick Foley.
You're watching the Joe Cronin Show with Joe Cronin. Personality, insight, and insanity. Wrestling talk with attitude.
This is my dear loyal lieutenant, Brother Cronin. He's a good man.
How about this? If you're gonna call the show, grow a sack. If I offend you, fuck you. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. That match wasn't so bad. Not a very good show again. Didn't seem like it couldn't hold my interest, I'll tell you that. I barely saw it. I think I saw about 30% of SmackDown tonight. I thought it was like listen. We're not going to see Styles versus Nakamura, the match that we want, the epic match on SmackDown Live. You know, they're going to use it to tell a story, which they did, to get us to the next match, which they did. So, totally understandable what they did. I get it. And, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with the main event, at least. I thought that was, at least it was some progression to the story. Now, if you could criticize the story, I guess you could say, you know, it's starting to get, you know, they're still doing the whole, they're in the slow burns right now on many levels. Have you noticed this? Because most of their stories suck, and they don't have any sort of story building going on anywhere. But with some of the semi-more interesting things that could be going on, like Sasha and Bayley, right? Sasha and Bayley, that is the slow burn of the century. And, you know, it just seems like they're taking their time getting there. But, you know, I'm not going to complain about it because at least they're doing something. At least there's some sort of story. Some sort of thing that Nakamura and AJ Styles are doing to keep it somewhat entertaining, right? So I'm not really going to criticize it too much because it's one of the best things going. But you know what? That crowd was dead. Talk about a dead crowd, man. I'm surprised they were in England tonight. It's hot as hell in this room, I'll tell you. I had my window open earlier and then my daughter knocked the screen out. I might just open it. Fuck it. If an eagle flies in, who gives a shit? I'll fuck the eagle. I'll grab the eagle. Even if it's an American bald eagle. I'll sodomize the goddamn eagle. I don't care. Imagine how funny that would be. Actually, you know what? I think the reason why I'm thinking of this is because I think a few years ago, I think I was live, and I was over back in my other corner before I had this whole setup, and the door was behind me, and on the right of me was the window, and I think a bird fucking slammed into the window. I think it was like, it was live and we hear like, boom, like boom. And I go, I think a goddamn bird just ran into the window. I don't know. I like SmackDown better, but it's not much at all. Not much at all. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say about this SmackDown. So let's take a phone call. We lost the phone call. Let's take another phone call. The phone lines are jammed. Try throughout the night, guys. You might get on. I just lost 2 calls. So 980, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Good. And by the way, my name is AJ.
Oh, AJ, what's up, man? I'll put you in the phone system.
Okay, so I cannot believe that WWE is so lazy that they cannot create a simple storyline for Shinsuke and AJ. I mean, like, who puts the main event for a WWE Championship on a SmackDown Live, you know?
Well, but I mean, wait, you don't think that this is a simple storyline? Because this seems like it is a simple storyline.
But not that, but like they had to like put a match, you know, even like in Money in the Bank. Like,
oh, you mean like, yeah, instead of having a match be part of the storyline into the match, you wanted, you know, like something you'd rather.
Yeah, something simple, you know, something.
Maybe they figured they did everything. I mean, because like, you know, if he comes out and punches AJ in the balls and that's it, or one of them punches someone in the balls, I mean, they've already done it. So like maybe they felt, you know, there's not really a whole lot we can do now. They've already hit each other in the balls a whole bunch. Well, they'll have a match for the stipulation. And then you saw what happened. You know what I mean? They got more heat with Nakamura pretending like he got punched in the balls. So, I mean, you know, of all the things to be mad at right now, I'm not mad at this tonight. I mean, you know, it's better than anything else that they did tonight. It was.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
But I know what you mean. I mean, I wish there was more stories, like back storylines, and there was more creative stuff in the back that can't be reproduced in the WWE video game, because most of this stuff is just pathetic. You can just do it in the video game. I want to see stuff that, you know, you can't do in a video game. You know what would have been nice is if you know, they could. I've come up with this a bunch of times before, but like if somebody said, you know, you and Nakamura used to be cool, you know, why don't you guys sit down over dinner and like invite them out to like eat or something, and they're both in like suits or something. And, you know, it's, you know what I mean? And they have dinner, and he's like, listen, AJ, I can forgive you, but I'm going to become champion. You know, there's nothing you can do about it, you know, whatever. And AJ is just like...
I want that. I don't want to see no, like, match, you know,
yeah.
just like on a regular SmackDown
well,
Live.
And here's the best thing is you could have him do anything after that, right? Like, you could have AJ, you know, you could have Nakamura be like, excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom or whatever. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you know, after a few minutes, they come back and AJ gets hit in the back of the head, or he hits him with something. They do something. They have a fight in a restaurant, and they're both in suits and everything. It would be embarrassing in a way. It'd be different. You know, I mean, it'd be something. You know, he could come in the bathroom after him. You know, they could anything, some stupid thing like that. I get what you're saying, but I'm not gonna criticize this because at least they did something. But you know, things like that I think is what people want to see. They want to see it kind of become more than just in the ring and behind the, you know, in Gorilla and walking down the hallway and, ooh, you know, someone looks at someone wrong and then they have a match. I mean, it's so cookie cutter.
Yeah, because I can't believe, like, this match was actually topped off the other matches.
Yeah, it was one of the better ones, and it's kind of funny, and it ended like that. But thanks for the call, AJ. Yeah. I'll put you in the system, man.
All right,
AJ for AJ Styles. Good call. I don't know if we're going to get Jake DeMarco because there was a tornado right on top of Jake tonight. I guess I don't think he got hit by it. I don't know, though. I haven't spoken to him since he said they lost power. School was canceled tomorrow for his kids. And, yeah, so I don't know exactly what happened with him. I still am not sure what's going on. But what I will say is it was loud. We had thunderstorms here. Crazy thunderstorms. 609, what's up?
Yo, let me tell you something, bro, about Cody Rhodes, bro. This guy called me a homophobe and an anti-Semitic. I'm not none of those things, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm none of those things, bro. All these marks out here are coming over Kenny Omega and Okada, bro. And I'm sick of it, bro. It's not right, bro. You know what I mean, bro?
I get it, bro.
Bro,
let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you, bro. What they did to you, bro.
No. Let me tell you something. Bro.
Okay, bro.
I don't like sucking cock or anything, bro. And I'm nothing gay or anything.
Okay.
But you ever been to bigfatsausagepizza.com, bro?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I've inserted it a couple times. Oh, we lost him. Hey, 502, you're live. What's up?
What's up, Joe?
Hey, man. How you doing? What do you got?
Oh man, after last night, I'm dead. As of every Monday night, I'm dead. I figuratively I give up on Monday Night Raw. As a whole, I shouldn't have to go to the network and watch Monday Night Raw from fucking February 2000 when Cactus Jack and Triple H made their Hell in a Cell official. Shouldn't have to do that. But anyway, SmackDown tonight was, I think it was a good show. I think the crowd was better than it was last night. I think SmackDown gave you a more intriguing look into Money in the Bank. I really think The Miz has a better chance than anyone else in being the winner. Andrade Cien Almas, he had a good debut.
Well,
I hope they don't kill him.
They were silent for him tonight, but I mean, yeah, that's not his fault. They seem quiet at times tonight. The big Cass opening seemed a bit odd. Xavier Woods, the crowd was
second.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck? This website is like playing horrific ads in my face right now. Yeah, they
Can I pick your brain on the New Day advancing? I think the rumors are true that they're going to break up the New Day. There's just no logic behind two teams vying for a one spot in Money in the Bank. That spells distinction.
They've done it before, though. They've done it before. Maybe they will. I don't know if it's time yet still. I don't know. If they did, then, hey, you know what? They did it with the Shield when the Shield was still doing well. So, anything could happen at any time because they already did it with the Shield. So, they could break them up.
One more thing.
I don't think they should, though, but not yet.
One more thing, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Didn't they have Becky and Rose do a qualifying match last?
Yeah, she lost.
A lot of backlash on that.
Yeah, I thought she lost last week, and then because wait a minute, because Charlotte won, but now Charlotte can't be in the match, so now Becky won a match. So I think that's why that happened. I think.
Well, I'm glad for Becky, but I'm quite sure and certain that they had a qualifying match last week, and there was a lot of backlash. So Becky, how could they do this? She's one of the four horsewomen. What the fuck? So I think they just reiterated that just to get her in, so they wouldn't have to face backlash. I don't know.
Yeah, they really can't. They really can't do much because, if they do something to Becky, then people complain that Becky doesn't get, they're screwing Becky. If they do something, they don't help Sasha, then Sasha's being screwed. So that, all these women, they're going to be in trouble if they're not pushing them from some group or some whatever. So they're really no winning there. I would have been more happy with what they had going on, and now Charlotte can't do it, I guess. So that's too bad. I guess she lost her teeth the other night too. I meant to make a video about that, and then I never did. That she I guess she got her teeth kicked in or something like that. So I saw that. A lot of people asking about the SmackDown Live because they're watching the Celtics and Cavs game. So yeah, that's something else that, on top of everything, they had to compete with today. Wow. Gravy just sent me a picture from Bristol, Connecticut. There was a tornado that touched down. Wow. Right next to the ESPN studios, which would have been, go take them out. No, I'm just kidding. Look at this. God, that's a real shot today from apparently from Connecticut. That's a what the hell, bro? That wasn't that far away from me. Look at that thing. It looks like a big giant dick coming down from the sky to suck everyone's mouths. Look at that. Suck you up into the cock. Look at the ball bag too. Look at that. It's green. That's weird. Should have gotten that tested. So I hope everybody's all right. That's fucking crazy. So Jake DeMarco I don't think is going to be here because it took out power lines or some shit. Look at that thing, man. In Connecticut. That's fucking crazy. We had one start to form on me once in Harvard, Mass. And then it stopped forming, but I was for a second in it and it was bizarre. I never thought I'd be in a tornado or like almost in a tornado. I was like, that's in Kansas or Indiana or somewhere. We got Matt. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man? If you guys want to donate tonight, the link is down below on the Streamlabs and Twitch alerts link. I've also got the super chats up here as well, and we'll take your phone calls. 339-226-6610. I'm gonna get this page loaded so that that stupid sound doesn't play again, because that fucking blew my head off. And yeah, Jake is probably won't make it. I think he's lost power. So the Money in the Bank qualifying match, The New Day versus The Bar. Pretty, I don't know, it was a decent match. In the end, the crowd was kind of popping for it, New Day gets the win. I think it was Xavier Woods that got the pin. He hit him with that elbow drop. The crowd was happy at that point. The crowd was loud at that point. And they would really die down. Really died down. The Bludgeon Brothers came on the screen, and I left the room. And then Paige is backstage on the phone with Carmella. Says Carmella cannot have a horse-drawn carriage for her celebration tonight. She lets Carmella go as Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville walk in. A bunch of crap happens. The women were terrible tonight. Just everything the women did was cringe as usual. Most of the time, the women are terrible because they overscript them in the back, and it becomes just a terrible thing. Jake Constantino get his ass whooped tonight by Andrade Cien Almas. Almas gets the victory in his debut in SmackDown. I thought a lackluster one in a way. After all the build-up, I think they built him up too long. A lot of people didn't know who he was. They just kind of said he's coming. I think there could have been some, and I'm coming, there could have been some, average viewers, some casual fans of the show who watched SmackDown the last few weeks and probably didn't even know he was coming, Because just like Bill Cosby's victims did know that he was coming. He just comes on with the luggage and the girl in the back, and they're like, oh, yeah, we got the show. We're coming to SmackDown. Well, some casual probably didn't even remember that they are coming to the show, So, his debut, I think they thought England was going to cheer a little bit louder for Andrade Cien Almas because Cien Almas, NXT, and you'd think the England crowd would be louder. They didn't really care about what they had to say, and I know that he's a heel, so no boos and no cheers. It was just kind of like people like, okay. But I'm not even excited either because I've gotten to the point where I am not excited. Even when I see, because, and people were excited. Why were you fuckers excited? Oh, guys, I can't wait for Andrade Cien Almas to debut. Why? He was good in NXT. Why would you be excited for him to debut on SmackDown? Wait, are you excited? Were you excited for Bobby Roode to debut? Yes, you were. Probably. How's Bobby Roode worked out? Were you excited for how many other people have come up from NXT? How'd they all work out? They all become a watered-down version of what they were in NXT. When they were in NXT, they were gods. They could wrestle better. They could talk better. They were booked better. The crowd reacting to everything they did was better. And now when they come up to SmackDown or when they come up to Raw, they're given some scripted piece of dog shit that if anybody hasn't watched wrestling in years tunes into this stuff, they will literally just be like, this is dumb. Anybody. Do you know how many people, when they did the Raw 25 anniversary, they had 5 million people tune in? That's 3 million more people than normally watch. So 3 million viewers came back to watch WWE a few months back. And those 3 million viewers, I got messages from people who haven't watched in years. And they said to me, and my friends on Facebook, my close actual friends I went to school with, and they said, dude, what the hell is going on with WWE? This sucks. This is lame. Like, what is going on? Is it like for only kids or something? And I guess so. The crowd is 80% adult. The crowd is, the average crowd age must be like 28. What is the average person in the crowd's age? I think it's like 25, 28. There's a lot of 30-year-olds in the crowd. And, still hanging on from the Attitude Era. There's a lot of guys who brought their sons to come watch wrestling because they watch wrestling. And, now it's okay for my kid to watch, even though when I watched, they were saying, suck it, and they were taking titties out and stuff. And listen, Even before that, when they were still PG with Hulk Hogan and all the cartoon crap when we were little. That was still better. That crap was still better than this. They need to take a new step, right? In the 80s, they had the main events and all the other little things, and the I'm the bad guy, you're the good guy, and then this happens. And then they turned it into a cartoony thing, and then that happened. And then it got kind of bland as many of the big over-the-top cartoony guys left, and they were left with guys who could wrestle with character and with good entrance music, and that was pretty good. But then it started dying, and then they went to the Attitude Era. And now that this show, Raw, looks a lot the same it did in 2002 if you look at the stage. You look at the stage, you go, oh, yes, I remember WWE. Kind of looks like it did in 2002. The stage looks a little different. But pretty much the same sort of camera angles of the people staring at the TV the wrong way. The same backstage look in many ways. The only difference is they're more scripted than they've ever been before. They're PG. You can't hit somebody in the head with a chair. You can't even block a chair with your hands to the head. There's pretty much no blood. It's all one-dimensional. It's cookie cutter. It's like you're playing WWE 2K. Select your player. Do we want to have a tables match? Will you have a manager in the tables match? Create a storyline. Oh, you stepped on my foot in the back of the locker room. Now I'm mad at you. You looked at me the wrong way. You know, when Kane and Undertaker had their rivalry, that was amazing. How about when Stone Cold Steve Austin had his rivalry with Brian Pillman, right? Brian Pillman, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Hollywood Blondes in WCW, best friends. Then you come over to WWE and you have the rivalry between Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then you get a guy like Brian Pillman who comes out and he sort of gives a shout out to Bret Hart in front of Steve Austin. Even though he's Steve Austin's friend, he gives a shout out to Stone Cold. And what happens? Stone Cold snaps all of a sudden and beats the shit out of Brian Pillman. He puts his chair around his ankle and stomps on his ankle. And then all of a sudden it forces Brian Pillman to be aligned with Bret Hart now and to become friends with Bret Hart. Almost. And Steve Austin is mad and jealous that his friend... And this is a real-life situation that we see all the time. I see it all the time on YouTube with my friends. Hey, don't be friends with this guy. He said my wife's a whore and put up pictures of her. Oh, yeah, that's terrible, Joe. Oh, but then he'll go over to that guy's channel and be friends with him. So then I'm forced to call him out on that, and then a fight ensues, right? Happens all the time in real life. That's what happened with Bret Hart and Brian Pillman and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So Stone Cold had to keep it real, just like Joe Cronin keeps it real on this fucking show. And Stone Cold beat the shit out of Brian Pillman. And then Brian Pillman got back at Steve Austin doing some sleazy shit with the Hart Foundation on his side sometimes. And then Steve Austin put his fucking head in the toilet. And then Steve Austin went so crazy, he said he was going to show up at Brian Pillman's house. And then Brian Pillman's friends were outside waiting for Stone Cold to stop him from breaking into Brian Pillman's house. His wife is in there holding his hands. Stop, Brian. And then Brian pulls out a gun. And they're like, oh my God, Brian, put the gun away. Why would you have a gun? Steve Austin's coming. He beats the shit out of all of Brian's friends, throws him into his trucks, brashes the window in, opens up the guy's trailer door or whatever, goes to come in. Brian Pillman pulls a gun, and we go off the air. We don't know what's going on. That's a fucking storyline. That ain't in the video game, and that will never be in the video game because you can't put that in the video game, and you can take any variation of that you want. You can take the watered-down version of that with Triple H and Randy Orton from 2009 or whatever year it was when they overproduced the scene where Triple H broke into Randy's house or Randy broke into Triple H's house. I don't remember which way it was. But at least it was something. Everything here is done on set, right? Everything now is just done like in the back of an arena. They put up drywall and they have Roman throw Jinder through it. It looks stupid as shit. And that's what they do now. Brian Pillman in 2K looks terrible. Stacy Dillard, are you kidding? Does he? Does he look like shit? But, and I know I went way back to an Attitude Era storyline. And part of the reason, by the way, guys, part of the reason I go back to Attitude Era storylines from 1997 is because I don't really remember the 2000s that much. because it all blends together for me. The best time was 97, 98, 99, and maybe even 2000. But, you know, and then it got better again even. And then it got better again around WrestleMania 17 was great. You know, when Chris Jericho started off that WrestleMania. I mean, just lots of great moments there, but it just felt like it was you couldn't contain the WWE. That's what it felt like. Anything can happen, and you can't contain the WWE. Does this feel like anything can happen anymore? Does it feel like you can contain the WWE anymore? Because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like you can contain I feel like you can very much contain the WWE now. You know? There's not much you have to do. It's just cookie cutter. You might as well spin the wheel, and if it's a hardcore match, it's terrible anyway. You know? Extreme Rules last year, remember how bad? Extreme Rules, bro. Extreme Rules was fucking horrible. It was fucking terrible. Great Balls of Fire was amazing compared to Extreme Rules. And the fucking name of the dumbass pay-per-view was Great Balls of Fire. 773, you're on the phone. What's up?
Hey, Joe. Just want to point out something here that really makes me depressing is WWE stock in the past year has doubled from $20 to $40 right now.
Yeah, baby. My stock is up, baby. I'm happy about that. My stock's up. Dude, yeah, can I tell you something? I told you guys this.
Yeah.
I bought that stock at $9 2 years ago.
Wow.
Go look it up. It might have been 2.5 years ago now. It was either 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere in that window. I bought the stock when it was about $9.50. And it's at $40 now. Can you imagine if I had been somewhat rich, if I had any kind of money back then, and anybody had dropped some money? You know, if you dropped 1,000 shares, if you bought 1,000 shares with $10,000, right now, that'd be crazy. You'd have you would have
$30,000,
$30,000
right there.
Yep. And if you were real, and that's how people make money. You know, I mean, imagine the rich guy who really dropped a lot of money. But yeah, dude, amazing. The stocks are way up. You know why? Because revenue streams are flowing. But that doesn't mean that but you're right, and I know that's you know you probably want it to fail like many people want it to.
I want it to fail, so then Vince McMahon can feel it in his pocket, and then he'll do something. There'll be changes, but as long as the stock is going up like this, it just makes me think like it's not going to change, and we're just going to get the same old crap that we're getting now. So.
You know,
it's just depressing.
But you know what though? It doesn't matter. You know, even if the stock goes up. But here's the problem why things keep going like this. Because every time we think that finally they're gonna fall back far enough that they're gonna have to acknowledge this shit that's gone wrong, something happens. If the writing has been bad for 6 weeks, they bring in Goldberg, and the ratings go up. And then you say the ratings really don't deserve to go up, but they did because they brought in Goldberg. But back in the past, in the Attitude Era, you would see the ratings go up because the stories would get so damn good that people would have to tune in. And that's not the way it's working right now. And then you got a guy where the WWE has been suffering money-wise. You know, we know that. They got rid of Pyro. You know, you can have the stocks go up all you want. They're still suffering money-wise. They were. And then you have a guy, you know, the WWE would suck a dick for $5 million. You know what I mean? They would suck a dick for $5 million because they're...
Like Saudi Arabia.
They're making $300,000 to $700,000 a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? That's like they're climbing very slowly with that. We're making money in small amounts. But $5 million would be a hell of a shot. They maybe could get Pyro back. But then they go to Saudi Arabia, and someone just hands them $200 million. So it's like being rewarded for failure. They don't see it that way because there's so many different facets of the WWE now. The WWE functions almost like America functions right now. You know, depending on who you ask. Somebody could tell you, "Oh, America's great now. It's really great. Like the real estate property's up, everything's going good. More people got jobs than ever." But then there's a whole shitload of other people who are fucking screwed. So it's the same thing in WWE. Many of the people in the office might tell you, "Hey, this is great." You know, but Vince McMahon, see, Vince is going to be the one that starts to see that it's not great. Because the shareholders will say that this is great. Money's up. But the people inside the WWE who have the internal numbers, like Vince, they're going to start to see that it's actually down. So they're going to go to a shareholders meeting, and the shareholders are all going to smile and say, this is pretty awesome. But Vince is going to be like, yeah, but, attendance is down, and the viewership is down, and, we were thinking maybe, we want to do this or that. We want to, imagine him trying to pitch TV 14. The shareholders would be like, no way. We can't do TV 14. Everybody would say, no way. The money's all up right now. Everything is going good. Why would you want to go TV 14? And there'd be a disconnect there. But, it's not even TV 14. It doesn't matter if they go. They can't write PG, so it doesn't matter what they do. The writing sucks.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm sorry. I'm going off on a rant here. I'm going crazy. Thanks for the call, man. I've lost my mind. By the way, the housing fucking numbers are crazy up right now. Real estate is unbelievable. You guys know I've been trying to get a house for 8 years. I've never seen it like this. Neither has my real estate agent. So in the year that I decided to finally be able to maybe buy a house in the next months or whatever, maybe I could do something. The numbers are through the roof right now. It's unbelievable. I can't even think of the word. The rates. They were at $350 a few months back. Pretty damn good rate, $350. Now they're at $450, and they're climbing to $5. There's people. My real estate person said that they're having to tell people looking for houses right now, if you're not willing to pay $70,000 over the price of the house right now and get in a bidding war, you might as well just not try to get a house. Because the rich people or the people that are making money, the economy is so good right now for them, they're just fucking buying these things. Now, that's in Boston where rich people are. Out west, it might not be as bad where I go. But in Boston, at least, property is just destroying. If you knew somebody in South Boston who owned 2 homes, you know what I mean, that they finally paid off when they bought them, they were $80,000 or whatever, years ago, 15, 20 years ago, those houses are worth almost $1 million right now. It would be insane. You could sell one of them, keep the other if you wanted, or you could sell both of them, make $2 million, or let people get in a bidding war. It's incredible. And so those properties are going way up. So while many people in the real estate business are loving it, they're making a killing. Can you imagine a real estate agent? But many people who are making $30,000 a year or $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, who are looking to buy a house, they're not feeling too good because they can't get in a bidding war with people that make $150 to $200 a year. It's just not. It's not going to work. And then you can get a condo, but condo's the same situation now too. And many of you guys have said to me a million times, "Oh, Joe, why don't you just rent an apartment?" Well, they search your credit to rent an apartment now too, and guess what? It's more money. It's $2,000 a month to rent an apartment that's small, and you never own it. Why wouldn't you get a house? Might as well get a house. Get a house that you can $1,600, $1,800 a month. So WWE, it's like that. The numbers are like that. Yes, looking at the WWE, they are generating more revenue streams than they ever have before, and it's like a Band-Aid, man. Someone shoots you in the leg, and the blood starts spewing out. So you tie it up with a Band-Aid and you keep running, and that's what the WWE does. Oh, we don't have money for Pyro anymore. Well, guess what? The prince in Saudi Arabia is going to give us $200 million to pretend like our women don't exist and come out here and give them a show. Hey, our WWE Network subscriptions aren't growing anymore, really. But we can now offer the WWE Network free more times because of the revenue that came in from the $200 million. Our pay-per-view numbers and buys are down. Our house attendance is down. Our show attendance is down. But it's okay because we released more products last month than we ever have before, and our products and our T-shirts, our sales are up 10%.
ShiBUM.
Joe, I have a question. What do you think would hurt the WWE more? If all the casuals and kids left, or if all the hardcore fans left? Also, how hot did Zelina Vega look tonight?
Zelina Vega. What's up, Javier? Javier, thank you, bro. I almost thought donations were broken. Yes, if you guys want to support the show, feel free to donate. Javier, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. These are my revenue streams. It works the same way in my world, right? Google Ads. Well, Google Ads stopped paying. Instead of making $100 a day now, I make $5 a day. What do? Make a Patreon. Offer 5 to 10 hours of bonus content a week with all these new shows on Patreon. Bonus content. 300 of you guys are signed up on Patreon. I added a revenue stream. So now I've got that. You know, some of my views went a little bit down because I lost my live capability on Joe Cronin Show. What do? I stream more video games on Twitch. And we make a little revenue on Twitch. We make a little bit of revenue here. I mean, you guys are the ones that keep the show going. Through Patreon, donations, some of the ad revenue, and the Twitch alerts, and the Twitch streams as well. And some t-shirt sales. I do make some t-shirt sales. We don't sell a lot of t-shirts on my show. I make $12 a month in t-shirt sales usually. It's not a lot. Maybe $30 sometimes. Maybe $100 sometimes, depending on if there's a new shirt out. By the way, all my shirts are on Teespring. Go check it out. Or go to joecroninshow.net and scroll down. You'll see a couple of the t-shirts. You click the button, go to the link, see all the t-shirts. Let's go to Matt the Misfit. Guys, well, whatever. I think we're winding down here. But Matt the Misfit, what's up?
What's going on, Joe?
How you doing, man? I'm watching the Celtics game in horror. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing? What's up?
Man, SmackDown was iffy. You know what's funny? I kind of it was somebody already had it online, so I watched it beforehand. It was I guess the pre-air version, which is like the uncut version.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
But that Bludgeon Brothers thing I'm pretty sure it's plainly obvious that they're setting up Bludgeon Brothers Insanity.
Oh, really? You think so? So, like, they would be down a member, though, right? Because they need a Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, it'd be three.
See, they in that promo they've already talked about the Bar, the New Day, the Usos, and the club. They did not mention Sanity.
Ah. So it would be it'd be 3-on-2 though.
Well, I mean,
maybe Eric Young will just lead his guys against them. Maybe that's what would happen.
I would say they're waiting until Money in the Bank to debut them. Because I think you want to see what it depends on what Nikki Cross is doing. I already know what she's doing in Chicago, but because I don't want to spoil it here for no spoilers for NXT.
Yeah, and
I think Nikki Cross is going to be coming up the right after Chicago.
Oh shit, Matt, your connection's all breaking up, man. I heard Chicago. That was it.
I said NXT TakeOver Chicago might be the last one for Nikki Cross.
Oh, might be the last show for Nikki Cross. Yeah, probably will be. She'll finish up there. Yeah, because they need female talent.
Yeah, because technically,
I can come to find out she's not there to help the NXT talent down there.
Really?
Shanna Baszler is an opponent for Chicago.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched yet. I'm behind 2 weeks.
I mean, because they're not going to do Kyrie Sane. They're waiting to say that one for Brooklyn, obviously. So it's going to be. If anybody doesn't want to screw it, I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, Nikki Cross still could just be there for the house show stuff, the matches and things like that. But yeah, if they didn't need her, send her right up, or maybe she's going to show up later. I don't even know. I don't even care. People are so obsessed with Insanity. I've told you this before. I don't even care that much because it's going to be terrible.
I am worried. I mean, like I'm worried because how Sanity's like one of my favorites down there.
I know,
and
yeah. And it's trouble.
I don't know how I feel about them. Like, I just hope they don't screw him up. It's the same thing with Aleister Black. I feel like when he comes up, it's going to be really odd. I mean, I don't think they're going to fail because I heard Vince is like a huge fan of Killian Dane. So, like, I don't think Sanity's going to fail on the main roster.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully not. But
Killian Dane did a Q&A on Twitter the other day, and somebody was asking him why isn't Nikki Cross getting called up. His answer was she got things to do in NXT. So I'm probably the only one who asked this question. So is she still an official member of Sanity? And guess what his answer was?
What's that?
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I think we heard that she said, like they said, she's still in it. And you might have been the one that sent me that, and that's probably what I saw it.
I mean, like, and what's crazy was Russell Zone actually picked up that news. So,
that's cool. It's funny. You see your tweet on the news site and everything.
It's great. I mean, now we know for a fact somebody from inside their group is telling us that Nikki Cross will not kick it out of Sanity.
Yeah, and that'd be crazy if they took her out of that. Matt, your phone is just jacked the fuck up right now. You sound like a robot, bro. Sorry, bro. All right, keep you on, bro. Bro. Yeah, so, I mean, I got a couple more things. There's some news, breaking sort of news, I guess, here. Let me just go investigate it real quick. Give me 1 second. Take a quick step away for a minute, and I'll be right back with the rest of the SmackDown we'll talk about in this little bit of news here. I'll be right back. All right, so I guess the news was nothing really. I did see that Rich Swann is making his debut in Impact. He's already made a... Oh my gosh, this fucking website. I'm gonna kill this website. God fucking damn this website. Why the fuck would that happen? Terrell Dawson, man, thank you so much for subscribing here. Normally all the wrestling talk happens on my other channel, Joe Cronin Show, but we can't go live on there until July 2nd, so I'm going live on my other channel, which is... This channel really isn't a wrestling channel, it's about other shit. And we're going to be doing the Cobra Kai, too. We've been talking about Cobra Kai for over a week now. We're going to be doing the Cobra Kai review, which is going to be a party, man. Troy is, like, dying to talk about Cobra Kai. So we're going to talk about Cobra Kai Thursday. We're going to do the review of it, which could take... I mean, man, what a good... Dude, the show's awesome. So I can't wait to talk about that. I don't get excited for anything Impact does, really, because all these guys come to Impact for like 2 months or a month, and then they leave. So it's like, oh, Impact signed this guy. Impact... It seems like they're always signing all these people, but not really, because they're gone within a few months anyway. Yeah, that's not funny, man. I actually just did an interview with Justin Credible. Someone said he's... Jesus Christ, no. Not dead. But you know what's weird is I just did an interview with Justin Credible 2 days ago. I uploaded it up to Patreon, but it rejected it, so I had to fix the MP3. So the MP3 is going up with the Justin Credible interview. It was promoting his movie and everything else he's doing. And I guess the other day, this is so fucked up, dude. The reason why I didn't post the interview yet is because I was trying to post the interview with Justin Credible, and he announced a few days ago that his wife has 6 months to live, or his wife's gonna die, which nobody had any idea about any of this. I don't know if he knew. I don't know if it was just sprung on Justin Credible, on PJ. But I did an interview with him that was very strange, very dark. He very his YouTube channel. I don't know if he's drunk or what his deal is. But he didn't sound right, and the interview was very dark interview, and that's gonna go up. It's very strange, but yeah. It is weird though that he, to tweet out, my wife has 6 months to live, and then it's like he's retweeting his own tweet about it. It's just very weird. I mean, God, if something ever happened like that to me and Leah and something, I might tweet out like I'm gonna be gone. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're dealing with this, and I'd probably vlog about it or something, but I wouldn't. I'd be gone. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tweet shit about it. So I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if that's... I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with him. It's very strange. I want it to be wrong. I want it to be like someone's messing around, because that'd be terrible, man. They got kids and everything, and that just... that'd be very depressing to me. Especially after just speaking with him a couple days ago, doing that chat. I believe it's May 20th or May 25th over in Connecticut. Waterbury, Connecticut, or Wellingford, or Waterford. I forget it. It's up there somewhere. Go look it up. He's having a match against Homicide. So that's going to be crazy. 757, what's up?
Hey, great show tonight. Here's my. What do you think about the direction they're going with SmackDown as far as the build-up?
As far as the dildo?
The build-up.
Oh man, I thought I was getting. I thought I was getting pranked again. Like, I get a lot of pranks. Okay, as far as the build-up, how many people thought he said dildo in the chat? Okay, no, the build-up. I mean, I think that they do. I have an easier time understanding the SmackDown build-up than the Raw build-up. I think SmackDown keeps it a little more simple. I still don't think it's very good many times, but it's much easier for me to follow what's going on SmackDown than Raw. The only thing that I've liked about Raw, for the most part, has been Seth Rollins' matches. But I kind of like Shinsuke and AJ's build-up. You know what I mean? What they're doing. I mean, someone called to criticize it earlier, but I mean, I think AJ Styles and Shinsuke is at least the best effort of anything in the company as far as a story right now.
I agree.
Well, there you go. What do you think? Do you like SmackDown better than Raw?
Yeah. Man, 2 years ago there was no question SmackDown was the A-list show, and then for some reason after the shake-up, things changed, and now, but I think SmackDown's slowly building back up to what it was, so they're doing a better job slowly but surely. So even Raw's not so bad every week.
It feels like they sabotaged it, you know what I mean? It was going so well. Like, we were, and I was giving it better ratings for like 8 months straight, and then all of a sudden it got ruined, and then it was bad again, and it's still been not very good, but yeah, I think it's better than Raw now. I think it's better than Raw slightly, but I still don't think either show has been much over a 5 out of 10. If I was Meltzer, I'd be giving the shows a 2 out of 5. It's not. I don't know. I feel insulted watching it a lot of times. I feel goofy for watching it, and everybody else that tunes in that I know that comes back to give it a try tells me it just looks lamer than it ever did. And these are people that watched in the 80s, 90s, and after.
Yeah. Sometimes if I don't have time to watch the whole show, I'll watch the recap where they cut out the filler and get to the best parts, and that seems more exciting than actually watching the whole 3 hours.
Hey, that might be not a bad idea. You know what? When the Bruins would play, a lot of times I would miss some of the hockey games this year, and I went to the YouTube channel on the NHL Network, and they would call it a condensed game, and I could watch the whole game in 8 minutes or 10 minutes, and it was pretty cool. I gotta say, like, when I couldn't watch the games and I missed them, it was pretty fun to watch the game in 15 minutes. That may be crazy enough. It may be the thing of the future for MLB, especially even in baseball, to like take a condensed game and put it up. And you may only watch a few games a year in the complete game, and then you may watch condensed games daily. I know that sounds crazy, but with the attention span, especially of the younger people, that could be a way of things. We're some of us do that. Have been doing that for years, right? You miss the game, but you listen to the radio show the next day, and they break down, and then, this guy came up and hit a home run, and then later in the 7th, but you're getting that news in a condensed game video format where they can sell you advertising. So I don't know. It's interesting to see how the world goes. But yeah, so would you watch on Hulu?
Oh, yeah, it was. I typed in Raw highlights, even typed in Backlash highlights.
Oh.
And three different YouTubers had it, but they did an excellent job. I mean, it almost felt like I was watching the actual show. I mean, I was very impressed.
I mean, they'll get taken down eventually, but there'll always be somebody that puts up the highlights. So yeah, no, that's cool. I've seen the YouTubers that do that too. I don't know how they get away with it. I do it. I'd be down. But thanks for the call, man. Good stuff. Good call.
Oh.
Shit. I hope you didn't have something else to say, but we got to move on.
Shut up. I am Ryan Reeves. Joe, shell-shocked. I am shell-shocking you right now. Why did you tell me? Why did you say that I made fun of you? I didn't make fun of you. Why did you say that I gobbled Vince McMahon?
Ryback, why are you... Ryback, you on the phone? Where are you? In my head?
I'm always in your head, Cronin. Why? Why did you say that I gobbled Vince McMahon in the back? I never sucked Vince. Vince sucked me. He sucked me off.
Okay, Ryback. Jesus, take it easy, dude. Take it easy, Ryback. Listen, Vince told me that you sucked him and he sucked you just the same. He said it was equal. And he was very upset that you said that shit about him.
What? I swear to God, Cronin, you got a big mouth. You got a big goddamn mouth, Cronin. I will finish it.
What the hell does that mean? You're going to finish it? What does it mean? We're going to finish my dick? You're going to finish me like you finished Vince?
Cronin, goddamn it, Cronin. I fucking swear to God, I will sue you. Like JD, I will sue you if you say one more thing about what I did.
Right, Ryback, I didn't say it. Somebody called and told me about it. You can't sue me. I didn't say it. Somebody called and claimed that you took all of their cock, you asshole.
Well, I swear, who said that? I want to know right now. I want to know who said that I took all of their cock.
All right, listen. I'm not going to name names.
You son of a bitch.
Goodbye, Ryback. All right, sorry, Ryback. 908, you're on the phone.
Yo,
what's up, man? What do you got?
what's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What do you got?
I can't.
Oh. Oh my God. What do you got? I can't. Dude. That's called PCP, bro. That is fucking PCP. And I'm not talking about PCBs, like the ones they stepped in several years ago. They're probably giving me cancer right now. PCP. All right. Well, hey, listen. I called plenty of radio stations in my life, and I wasn't ready to go. So just what you do is just sit there, get yourself psyched up, maybe slap yourself in the face a couple times. Write down what you want to talk about. Write it down on a piece of paper. Be like, all right, listen. I'm going to write down the two things I want to talk about the most on a piece of paper. And you bring up your first thing, and we'll talk about it. And if it lasts a long time, you probably won't get your second thing. But if you nail your first thing, and then I shut you down on that one, you get a second thing there, and then you're out. That's the best way to do it. Whenever I call the radio stations, because I'm stupid as shit. All right? I got ADD like crazy. I got ADD, ADHD, I got a fucking GED, okay? I'm a fucking idiot. So when I call the radio station, and I was like, I know what I want to talk about, but then 40 minutes of waiting, and then I finally get on the phone, I would fuck it up. Because I'd be like, what was I going to talk about? And then one time I actually just said penis live on the air, because I was like, I don't know what to say. So write it down, and you'll be all right. Call back. It's all good. I fucked up a million times when I call. 405, what's up?
405 or 404?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is 405. What's up? Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. First time caller. Really enjoy your show. I just discovered you about a week ago. I just got back into wrestling over the last 2 months or so.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
And Yeah, so I came across an article regarding the different demographics that really watch WWE, and it turns out it's a bunch of adults up to the age of 56 and around 50% ethnic people.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you don't see that much diversity, especially in the corporate structure of the WWE.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have enough diversity in the talent, but we don't see, I think we've had, 2 black heavyweight champions. So my real question is, why do you think they went the PG route, considering the people who really actually watch the show?
I think it's because the shareholders in the toy companies and the deals that they were doing, and I think they thought it was time to try something a little bit different, and they wanted to kind of regrow the kids. You know what I mean? Like especially with John Cena and all that stuff that was going on, they seemingly were doing the right thing, but I think the last 3, especially the last 3 years, but the last 3 to 5 years, that has been dwindling off. Like where they used to grow new fans, what would happen is a lot of these younger kids and the younger kids would bring their moms and dads who maybe weren't even fans because they were into it, and they kept recycling those kids. Like for 3 to 5 years, those kids would stay fans, and then eventually they would be like, oh, I'm over this, I'm not going to watch anymore. But I think what you're seeing now is they're not even getting those new kids, those new fresh faces. And you're right about the demographics. And, I'm not going to go SJW on everybody, but there still is in the WWE that old regime. And listen, I'm not an SJW, guys. I'm not, I don't vote, that way anymore. I don't even vote at all. I stay home. But it is true that old white group of, office guys from back in the day, they're still there. So I'm not saying that there's like racism, because I don't think any of us think that, but there is a sort of a stigma, I think, and a remembering from Vince and from many higher ups of kind of what happens with many athletes, like Bobby Lashley and some of the black athletes that they've ever pushed. They've always sort of dwindled out or didn't work out. Now, The Rock, half black, half Samoan, people will say that, he killed it, but he had so much charisma that, they had no choice. He was just obvious, so good. Many of the other guys, they're not sure about everybody else. You know what I mean? Could Big E become the WWE champion and really carry that torch and kill it? I don't know. Maybe, because, the other night when he rubbed oil on his chest, I was dying. That kind of stuff kills me. If he cut weird promos like he does and was allowed to go at it, he might be at least as good as maybe someone like Samoa Joe, but right now I don't take Big E serious enough yet. And that's another problem is the WWE, they take guys, especially African-American people or anybody that's not white sometimes, and they turn them into it becomes silly. But they do it with white guys too. So it's not even, like Tyler Breezango, they're goofy. They just, but for some reason they always immediately go to the goofy or go to the dancing. Can you go out there and dance and everybody have a good time? And I don't know, it's hard.
And what's interesting about the New Day is that I was listening to this interview with Xavier Woods, and he was talking about the creative process with creating New Day. And this is the compromise, their current characters, because Vince originally wanted some black church preacher gimmick going, and he was saying, all you did was choose another black stereotype.
It's this guy can't help it. Well, and I believe, and I don't remember 100%, but I believe Vince grew up in the Carolinas somewhere, and I think he was enamored with some of that stuff. He really enjoyed that when he was younger. So funny enough, many people may see it as Vince stereotypes everybody. But he sort of grew up liking that stuff. He loves Little Richard and all that stuff. He really does. If you go back and watch his old interviews and things like that, he's entertained by that. Those were guys who entertained him, just like fitness and people who lifted and people who had muscles, all that stuff. So it becomes, I just think it is stereotyped in his head, but it's just the way he naturally goes. Like, oh, this guy will be great at
Right. It's like it's not necessarily racism. It's, I think I think we tend to oversimplify the human psyche when it comes to that stuff anyway.
Yeah, I think they're just pigeonholed in a way for him. Like even The Rock, even when he brought in The Rock was all smiling and kind of dancing around to high five people as he came to the ring. He even started pushing him like that.
Joined the Nation.
Yeah, and then when he joined the Nation after the Rocky sucks chants and everything, and then became a bad guy, then he became interesting. And then, you know what I mean? You lined up a bunch of guys that Vince tried to push as like a top guy. You know what I mean? I'm sure he saw them as guys that could be top guys, like Farouk and Ahmed Johnson. He tried to push him, and it just didn't work out. And I can't blame him because I liked Ahmed Johnson, but I don't think he was kind of like Lex Luger to me, where like I like him. He's a good presence, but I don't know if he's the WWE champion. And I think, but once The Rock came in the picture, it was like, wow, like this guy can, you know what I mean? He looks good. He can talk. He can wrestle. Like he can do everything. And finally they could push somebody. And I know that he's, half Samoan. So I think that it's not necessarily that way, but it definitely is. If you're African American, if you're not white and you come in the WWE, you're going to have to fight hard to really rise above being thrown into that mid-card group. And I think it's the same way, because look at a guy like Sheamus, right? Like Sheamus, he's a white guy. Now, he's a little bit stereotyped because he's got the Irish thing where it's, hey, fella, and Vince is going to, throw Irish crap out everywhere, and he'll stereotype that. He'll use everything he can. You're a leprechaun, you're this, you're all that. He always does that stuff with everybody. But Sheamus won the WWE Championship multiple times. Why didn't Titus ever win a belt like that? I mean,
right.
But so I don't know. Those are just questions I'll leave out there. I can't tell you either way. But anyway, I'll let you go. But yeah, thanks for calling and glad you found me. And I don't know. What do you think? Do you think like it's okay what they're doing now, or do you think that they could do a little better?
So can I tell you, I just discovered that the network, the Raw episodes go all the way back to like, I guess the 90s. Yeah. And I'm catching up because I fell in love with CM Punk from catching like different clips. So I'm now watching the the Raw episodes where he won like the championship via Money in the Bank. And I'm going through all the episodes, and every time it's time to watch, yesterday I was like, fuck, Raw is coming on. I got to turn this shit off and watch Raw. And it's like I force myself to watch it because I'm like, oh, what if something happened? I'm trying to, keep up with stuff. So comparing the stuff of the past to what's going on today, it is indeed disappointing. But I'm trying to hold on to hope because I refuse to believe that I keep seeing certain breadcrumbs that they seem to be dropping that, I'm hoping will turn into something. But by the way, you guys are talking, you folks who, have been following it over the years that I haven't, apparently you've been disappointed enough where, they really will not do anything with it.
You know why I started my channel?
What's going on?
I started my channel. I started my channel back in I've been on YouTube since 2007, but I started doing only wrestling for the most part in 2012, and the reason why I started doing it was because I was so mad at the product that I was ranting on it. And I was like, I might as well put this on YouTube. So I did, and then people started listening, and then I started going live, and so like it all stemmed from being upset at the product. So really, I've been critical, but I think it's never been worse than the last 3 years. This last 3 years, to me, has just been awful, and right now it's bad as well because many of these people, they're on NXT, and NXT's week-to-week show isn't the best. So if somebody watches NXT's week-to-week show, they might watch it and you might say like, well, I don't get what all the hype is. But if you watch it a little bit and then you watch the takeovers, NXT TakeOver is amazing. Have you watched any takeovers?
They're amazing. I don't want Aleister Black. I don't want Ciampa. I don't want them anywhere near the main roster. I'm afraid I'm in love with Drew McIntyre. I think he looks like a mythic god and he needs to be champion. But I'm like, are they going to ruin him? I'm afraid to hope.
Yeah, it's scary because, you don't know what they're going to do.
AJ and Shinsuke, I had high hopes for that feud. I wanted them to go after each other's families. I want them to stalk each other. I want to see blood. And it's like, okay, low blows and like a stipulation match. It's like, come on, what happened to the behind the scenes things? Like, I was just watching an episode of Raw from years ago where like that LBJ guy, he freaking ran over crashed a car into Cena. I'm like, can we have, Shin crash a damn car or try to throw a refrigerator or something at AJ? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, do something.
They're not going after each other's throats enough. I want them to go after each other's families.
Or be
like, what the hell?
They just need to be more creative with so many things. They're keeping it so, it's very much like the video game. That's why I compare it to it, because it's the same thing. Any kid can go down in the video game and be like, oh, make the guy hit him in the low blow, and then they could do all of this.
Right.
And it's very boring. And I thought it would have been good if they did what I said. And, you guys should sit down at dinner or something, and then they could do something like that. Something that's different, that takes us out of the arena, that takes us away from the ring. And it's too bad that they don't go there. And they need to change up the format a little bit better, because it looks the same as it did, like, for the most part, in 05 and 09 and 10 and 02. But it's way more watered down. So how in the world is it going to do better now than back then? I'll let you go, but great call, and I'll talk to you again, I hope.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, awesome. What a good call. I enjoyed talking to her. Holy crap. That was a great call. People are probably like, wow, Joe, you left her on forever. Joe Cronin just turned into an SJW cuck fuck? Okay. Why? Because I said the obvious? Come on. You know I'm not a cuck, you fucking asshole. I rooted for fucking Dildo Bag, and now he's the fucking president. Come on. Who's the cuck now? Shut the fuck up. You all get the same shit. Oh, you're a cuck. Oh, I'm going to go kill someone with my gun now. All right. No. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Let me just sip my water real quick. Tastes good. You know when I'll vote again? When I'm the president. I'm going to run for president. You guys going to vote for me? They're going to dig up all the dirty shit I ever said. They're going to say I fucking hate every person and group and everything, and they're going to bring up all these clips and shit. But you know what? I'll run for fucking president if I have to. Let's do it. Let's change the goddamn world. Let's storm that fucking thing. Okay? And I'll become the president. And I'll put fucking Ken in charge of the EPA. A donation played and I missed it. You know what though? I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. WWE is a mess because yeah, sure they're SJW sometimes, but then they go to Saudi Arabia. So what do you? They don't know. You don't know what they are over there. They're whatever they have to be at the moment for whatever reason, whatever the fuck. Vote for Joe Cronin. I'm old enough. I'm 33. I think I can run for president, or at least in 2020 I can run for president. Let's go. I'm gonna run as an independent though, so. We'll paint both of those parties as criminals. We'll show you what the right side has done, and we'll show you what the left side has done, especially what Hillary did last year. And we'll show you how they're all criminals. And then I'll run, and I will run on the pure indecency with no money from anybody. It'll just be a YouTube campaign. And then Hillary will have me killed. Yeah, that's right. Hillary will kill me. And Hillary will have me killed, and Trump will have his friends beat me up in an alley somewhere. And then they'll grab the neighbor's pussy. I don't have a pussy. You fuck. I'm just kidding. I do on my backside. Leah calls it my backside pussy. Well, Leah's in... Well, never mind. I'm just kidding. Leah doesn't like that. Let me play with your ass. I know girls that have liked that, though. That's weird. I'm like, get out of here. What are you doing? What the fuck? Where's my buddy Brandon? Brandon, what's up, bro? Brandon has 2 boyfriends. That's fucking hot.
Joe, Celtics 2-0, thumbs up. Fuck you, LeBron.
Suck my dick, LeBron. Jeremy, thank you for the $10 and becoming I guess, showing us Ty Dillinger. We haven't seen. Alexa, what's the score of the Boston Celtics game?
Earlier today, the Celtics beat the Cavaliers.
Oh. The Celtics were down by like 11 when I last listened to the game. Eat my balls, LeBron. Hey, I rooted for the Cavs. I rooted for the Cavs that last time. when they won the first time because I felt Ohio needed a championship. I was like, let these poor people in Cleveland win a championship. Mike Daniels, thank you, man. Have Ken manage a gym. That fat ass. Love you, Joe. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will. I don't vote, bro. I don't vote. I'll vote for me. I'm going to run for president, baby. And I'm going to hire everybody that isn't. I'm going to hire all new people. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. Dude, if I was president, I would carry a weapon. I can't believe Donald Trump. Like, if I was a president, I'd carry a weapon. You know, you get the Secret Service all around you. But you remember when the guy threw the shoe at Bush years ago? Remember that guy? He threw the shoe at Bush, and Bush just had to duck and then look at him? And then the Secret Service and everybody, not even know, it took forever to get to the guy. Imagine Bush if he had a gun on him. Fucking, the guy throws the shoe, Bush is like, holy shit, don't fuck with the U.S. That'd be wrong, though. I mean, the guy only threw a shoe, and you shot him in the head because he threw a shoe. You know who would do that, though? Wouldn't Vladimir Putin do that? Putin would do that. He's a badass. He would be like oh. Imagine that shit. Mike Daniels, thank you for the $3, bro. Thank you guys for the donations here. I'm going to wrap up the show in a minute, so if you guys want to, anybody wants to say anything else or donate or whatever the fuck, do it now because we'll be moving along here pretty soon. Let's go to a phone call. We've had so many.
Hey,
337.
Hey, Joe, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just wanted to chat with you about the good old days of wrestling since it's long gone now.
Well, that just depresses me more. Like, oh. But Sunday Night Heat on the network, you watch Sunday Night Heat, it's pretty good.
Hey, it is pretty good. But, you know, back to the matter at hand, I was able to make it to WrestleMania this year. And, you know, the first start of the show, we were really into it. It reminded us of, you know, like an older WrestleMania. Like, I hate to say it, I know it's one of the most crapped on ones, but WrestleMania 20 is still one of my favorites just because the build-ups that they had to it. Back then, it seemed like they actually used to care about the promos and storylines. Now they throw them together in 2 weeks and they give us what we get.
The only
regardless,
well, dude, the only WrestleMania I skip in that time is WrestleMania 2000. I always skip WrestleMania 2000, but you know, I'll watch 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and all after that too. But 2000 is the one I don't like.
Yeah, in 2000, that was definitely one of the ones we would like to forget, the diehard fans. But anyways, we were in the Superdome, and not the Silverdome like Hulk Hogan called it.
Silverdome.
But we were in the Superdome, and the last match finally comes on, and it's Ryan and Lesnar. And the crowd itself, we figured as a crowd Lesnar was going to drop because he was, you know, he's supposed to be going to UFC, and they've been pushing this Reigns title run on us for at least the last year, or since he lost to Rollins when Rollins cashed in for Money in the Bank. But so we were just so detached from the match itself. We were throwing around volleyballs. I don't really know if they showed it on the network, but we had at least 18 of them blown up over there. And we just did not care about it. And I remember I had a group of people from England on the side of me, and we were just chatting about how great NXT was the night before and the good old days of wrestling, watching, I mean, I know his name's taboo now, but like watching Chris Benoit and, you know, actual technical wrestlers and just enjoying wrestling for what it was instead of just how you said in one of your videos, it's Hollywood now.
See, I'm with Chris Benoit. I'm willing to think that Chris Benoit, the reason why he killed his family and stuff, I really believe that it was his brain just fucking going crazy. You know what I mean? Because of, again, everything we heard, he wasn't like that. So, you know, like, I'm able to sort of separate that he went crazy, but the guy before wouldn't have done that, and, you know, based on the study of his brain and everything. So, like, that, I'm fine with talking about him.
ShiBUM.
To me, it's a different guy.
Hey, Joe, could you see
Hang on one second, I
Nakamura
gotta
winning
donate.
MITB then cashing in same night?
Oh, I lost the call. I tried to mute him. My bad, man. Ken's a saga shit. Jesus. Hey, Joe, could you see Nakamura winning Money in the Bank then cashing in the same night? Yeah, like he dives in the ring and then hits AJ in the balls and then hands the briefcase to the referee. That would be pretty cool, but man, how crappy would it be if the Money in the Bank would already have been gone, though? I feel like they never like to have that cash in so quick. You know, I feel like they at least want the cash in to wait. But maybe not. You know, SummerSlam, it could happen in SummerSlam, but then it's over there too. Guys, if you want to support the show and get 6 to 8 hours of bonus content a week, become a patron. Not only do you get my Morning Madness, $5, $5 patrons a month, get Morning Madness. You get Corrupted Podcast every Saturday night. You get all the other bonus videos. And you can download the stuff, download the MP3s, or listen to them on the Patreon app. Whatever you want to do. You get 8 hours of bonus content, pretty much. And you support the show, and you get a bunch of shit. So come on over to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, or download the Patreon app. And by the way, I got the Morning Madness up there right now. Episode 88, guys. We have 88 episodes of Morning Madness. Check this out, dude. I talked about some of my dead heroes. So, and by the way, heroes is a goofy word, right? Because it's like, what the fuck, heroes? I talked about George Carlin. I talked about a bunch of people. Heroes? Like, did George Carlin ever save me from, like, fucking getting hit by a bus? Like, you know what I mean? People I look up to. I shouldn't have wrote heroes. People I looked up to who are dead. I talked about that and a bunch of other shit. 38 minutes long for $5 patrons. It's always there. It's episode 88. If you become a patron, you can download all 88 episodes. Also Corrupted as well. There's a bunch of shit on there. Some people are $2 patrons, $1 patrons, $5, $10, $20. We're growing like crazy on there. So I want to show you guys over 330 patrons. Look at that. We've grown almost every single time we've grown. We've added more content, more shows, more stuff, and it's going up and up and up and up and up. And these people that are donating live and the people that are patrons are the reason why I'm able to do the show I'm able to do now. So if you're somebody who obviously can't afford anything, even $1 a month, then thank the patrons, man, because they are keeping us on the air. They are keeping us going. So thank you guys so much for listening tonight. Jake couldn't be here. His power's out. Everything's jacked up over there. He just told me he's still trying to get through, and he's still... The power company isn't telling them what's going on. It was apparently a goddamn tornado over in Connecticut. The Celtics won tonight. I'm sorry, Ohio and Cleveland fans. I apologize. I can't help it. I live in Boston. Hey, my Bruins lost. You know what I mean? Shit happens. But and I don't know who I'm going to cheer for yet. People said the Knights, the Jets, the Capitals. You know, I don't know. I'm not really sure. But anything else anybody wants to say? Seo de otra lingua. Roberta. I don't know what you're saying. Games de Melo. I don't know. Buenos tardes. Tiene sus papeles. Unos. Poopies. Thanks, Mike. I like that. Tu madre es gorda. It is probably cost you 25, bro. 25. Tornado. What the fuck are you sending me, dude? It's the weirdest goddamn thing ever. All right, I'm really going to get out of here this time. Guys, SmackDown, I'm going to give it a, I don't know, 4 out of 10. I'm giving SmackDown a 4 out of 10 tonight. And remember, we're going to be doing our Cobra Kai review tomorrow, so that should be up here on Corrupted. Make sure you guys subscribe to my wrestling channel where I put out all the wrestling news, my wrestling podcasts, and other wrestling things. Special wrestling podcast coming to Patreon tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about a few things for a while at length, and it's going to be a State of the WWE, State of the WWE on Patreon for the patrons tomorrow. So check that out if you're a patron, and I'll have a bunch of news clips up on Joe Cronin Show. Go subscribe to my Real Wrestling channel, which is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. This is Corrupted, and I am going to get out of here now. Follow me on Twitch and listen to all my gaming streams at twitch.tv/JCS Gaming on, I'm sorry, youtube.com/JCS Gaming. Twitch is twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. There are so many links, so many sites, And I can't remember a fucking one of them. But they're all down there, hopefully in the description box, so you guys can sort the bodies out. Thanks for listening tonight to SmackDown. We'll see you tomorrow night right here at 11 p.m. Eastern Time U.S. for Out of Nowhere. Shout out to everybody in Australia and the UK and Europe who stayed up late to watch my review tonight. Thank you guys. Good calls tonight too. If you want to Skype me in the future and you're from outside the U.S., hit me up on Skype at Danny Deadly. DANNYDEADLY. Just send me a friend request, send me a message, let me know it's you, and I'll try to accept you on there. I'm going to go listen to Depeche Mode and eat some carrots. See you guys. Hello. We'll probably do PUBG tomorrow night. Seemed like a quiet night tonight. Seems pretty quiet out there tonight. So I'm gonna do some PUBG tomorrow night. Maybe on Out of Nowhere tomorrow night. But yeah, I think it's a pretty calm night tonight. Probably should go get out of here. Kiss it. I'm gonna go do some work on Patreon. I'll see you guys tomorrow.